And but I am here, and we are here to expand our mind, grow our businesses. I was going to show you, I got a bunch of copies ran off of the new sign-up sheet. So you always, what I realized about life is preparedness wins the race. So if you are prepared, you're going to have success. So how many of you printed these off? Carry them with you. Put them in your car. Put them in your glove compartment. Put them everywhere. So if you haven't printed them off, I always like to have sign-up sheets on hand. So in fact, we just were going through the office and I said, anything that's an old sign-up sheet, get rid of it. We're done with that. So hopefully you guys are getting those printed out and getting ready to rock. Now, tonight hopefully we have Jody hopping on tonight. I talked to Jody this morning and she had a great, oh, there she is. Jody, I see you. I see you. Sometimes I'm a little slow to the party. I'm here now. All right. Jody is awesome. And I'm going to let Jody kind of kick it off. And then we're going to start this with a little bit of just communicating back and forth. What I talked to Jody about this morning is how to talk to doctors. A lot of people think that they need to have a doctor talk to a doctor. That's not necessarily the truth. The doctors just want to know how to make the money and what's going to be the easiest and the most acceptable for them and their patients. So Jody, I'm going to let you kind of introduce yourself and tell everybody what you chose to do. And I'm just thinking this is a great idea for those of you who have these networking events in your area to be able to do this. So go ahead, Jody.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, thanks, Renita. Jody Wilson up here in Washington. And I appreciate you taking time with me today, Renita. So I'm going to take
you bet.
Yeah, I really had heard about it just through some friends of mine in other states that I know are part of their local BNI groups in their towns. And so I just started looking into it and decided I would go. You're allowed to go twice without being a member. And so I went to 2 and decided that it would be pretty advantageous for me to join because if you know anything about BNI groups, it's your local chapter in your town, if you have one, and they only allow only one person from each niche. But there are many people that fall under the health and wellness. There's about 35 members in my town, local business owners. There's many people in the health and wellness. We have an acupuncturist, a massage therapist, a sports medicine, chiropractor, just a lot. But then there was no one in the regenerative science stem cell niche. So I jumped in and they accepted me. And what's really cool is you get a certain time frame to basically do an infomercial plug for your business. But one thing that they really push in our chapter is doing one-on-ones. And so what I'm finding out, I had 6 people come up to me today because we meet every Wednesday, is that 6 people wanted to have a one-on-one with me. That's a chiropractor walked over and said, and nobody's heard about this technology in my town. And so it was pretty exciting. They're just like, we're so intrigued.
Oh, hang on a second, Jody. I was muting everybody and then I muted you accidentally. Hang on. If you just got on, mute yourself if you could. Sorry about that. Keep talking. So she's talking about these BNI groups, which are basically a networking group, and they're not located everywhere, I've realized, but they are in a lot of places, especially where there's a lot of people. So if you can be part of one of these clubs, like she said, she's supposed to meet one-on-one with each one of these people. Like, this is fabulous, right? And they're all open. Like I said, the thing, like Sherry McCants taught me this. These BNI groups are so great because they're all open. They're ready to learn. They're receptive. They want to promote you. You're not having to worry about, do they believe in network marketing? They don't even think about that. They just want to promote you and your business, right? Yeah. And so I think it's a powerful thing to be part of if you have one in your area. I know Amanda Wallstrom has seen great things becoming part of networking, as well as Sherry McCants. So I really believe that it is kind of a secret to success if you're looking to network outside of your own like peer group that maybe you've talked to everybody that you know, right? So go ahead, Jody. So what's your goal here?
Yeah. Well, let me just say this too. What's really great is that the whole point of the group is to refer. So they're all just referring each other. It's kind of like a referral club. And so what's really great is, I was just talking to my husband, you know, now I have 35 people, business owners in the town. Business owners think alike. We're all, you know, and who are referring me. As a matter of fact, one of the gentlemen in sports therapy, first thing he said was, Jody, I have 3 referrals for you.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, that's wonderful.
Sports therapy. There it is.
Right?
So again, we're talking about networking groups in your area. You can Google them. Jody's particularly talking about the BNI group, which Sherry McCants is part of, taking her business all the way to presidential director, soon to be SPD. Amanda Wallstrom is part of. That's totally catapulted her business. And now here we got Jody joining the networking group, and literally, so that sports performance guy is saying, I've got 3 people right now that need this patch. Because tell them what happens at the networking group, because you have to introduce yourself and kind of tell a little story. Tell them about that.
Yeah, you go around the table, and there's a very scheduled, you know, it's all scheduled, but everyone gets about 45 seconds to a minute to do an infomercial for your particular business and product. You can say whatever you want to say. And then they'll also go around, like today, they said, what's your particular market? Who are you looking for? You have an opportunity then to say, this is my ideal, you know, market. But this is what's crazy. I hadn't met everybody. This is my first day as an actual member, and the chiropractor in town who's in this group walked over and introduced himself. He's like, I'm so intrigued by this technology. I've never heard of this. He's like, is this something I can implement into my practice? And I'm like, absolutely. And so let's do a one-on-one. I've got a one-on-one scheduled for Friday, and 5 more that are we're scheduling them. And so it's just so great, because once you're in with your niche, right, no one else can come in that area. So you basically monopolize your specific compartment. And yeah, I had no idea what to expect, to be honest, but I'm realizing it's going to be way more than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I add something in really quick?
I was going to say, is Amanda Wallstrom on here? I see her. Is Sherry McCants on here? Because both of you guys are all networkers and in these networking groups. And by the way, if you're in an area, you should be Googling the networking groups in my area. Someone's asking, what does BNI stand for? I'm thinking, I have no idea. Do you guys know what BNI stands for? I don't know.
Business International. Business
Yeah.
Networking International.
Business Networking International. What I like about these groups, because I've actually attended a BNI meeting with Sherry McCants, and so they give me my 45 seconds to a minute to talk, like you guys had. And I'm like, this is phenomenal. They're so captive. They want to promote you. You don't have to convince them that business is a good thing. So there's no weird hurdles about network marketing. They love it. They embrace it. They don't care how it's distributed. They want to promote you. So if you guys are watching this tonight, you should actually be Googling BNI meetings in my area and find out if you can monopolize, I love the word, monopolize the area like Jody did. Amanda, go ahead and talk, because Amanda wants to talk too, because this has catapulted her business as well.
Yep. The one thing that I was going to piggyback on with Jody is not only if you live in a larger city that has more than one BNI chapter, as long as there is not a LifeWave person in another chapter, once you are joined, you can go to any other chapter at all of their meetings. So I hit up my meeting on Tuesday morning. Then, I hit up 3 that day. I go bam, 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 bam. And then Wednesday, I go hit up others. And then the rest of my week is follow-up with one-on-ones and different things. And I'm usually enrolling 1 to 2 at the other chapters that I go in and meet at. And
Wow.
so, if you give like your 45-second deal, sometimes it's 30, 45 seconds a minute. Yeah.
Let's just talk about that for a second. Stop the train, because I want to hear the 30 to 45 second deal. So you have to introduce yourself and you have to tell what you're doing there. Like, what are you there to talk about or promote, right? So I want to hear both of you. And Jody, you said you didn't even realize it was going to be kind of as awesome as it was until you got there. So I'm thinking, did you even prepare a 30 to 45 seconds speech? Well, Amanda probably has perfected it by now, because she's hitting every BNI within a driving radius. So go ahead and tell us what you say. How does it go?
Yeah, so I change it a little bit up each time, because at my own meeting, it's always the same people. And then we also have people that are visiting ours. And so I take it as the opportunity to give them just the overview and then extra little tidbits at each one. So I maybe am doing a testimony or I'm doing something specific about it. And so usually when my general is like, good morning, everybody. My name is Amanda Wallstrom and I'm with LifeWave. And I'm
Wait,
here
say
to
it
talk
again.
to
Okay, I
you.
want you to slow the train. You're like me. I listen to everything at 2x speed, by the way. When I listen to anything on YouTube, I have to pull it up to 2x so I can get through it quicker. And so, Amanda, slow the roll. And I want you to say it again, like as if we're your BNI group and this is the first time we've ever seen you.
Okay. So, and I always, by the way, I'm always patched like this. I have a LifeWave shirt. I created my own tagline is Max Perform Your Life. So my shirt on the front says LifeWave and the back of my shirt says Max Perform Your Life. I copyrighted it and the whole shebang. Because at the end of BNI, you also say your tagline. So then everybody else repeats your tagline and they remember.
They say Max Perform Your Life?
Mm-hmm. Yep. LifeWave, Max Perform Your Life. Yep. So I'll say like, hey, good morning, everybody. My name's Amanda Wallstrom and I am with LifeWave and I'm here to talk to you about this little patch. Do you all know that your body is a healing machine? And then I say, this patch uses your own body's light to activate your own body's stem cells. So your own body is going to take over and heal, repair, and regenerate itself. Who in here wants to feel like they were 20 and 30 years old again? Who in here is tired of being in pain, wants to get off of prescription medications, and wants to take control of their health? And that means their life. Who in here wants to do better in business? Because when your temple is in place, you're a better businesswoman or a man.
I know.
And then I say, LifeWave, Max Perform Your Life. And I say it with that intensity. And sometimes I make them repeat, my body is a healing machine. And I chant it. Because it's the energy.
Get the chat going. People need positive reinforcement and saying it over and over. Repetition's good for the developing mind. Amanda, I love you. I knew you were going to chime in tonight when Jody was talking about this because I'm like, I've got 3 networkers, Sherry McCants, Amanda Wallstrom, and now Jody. And I thought, you know what? Like, and they're all you guys were going to all be senior presidential directors. Like, I just know that about all 3 of you women. You will all be, in the mighty name of Jesus, let's just claim it right now. You will all be senior presidential directors. And it's not because you're sitting back waiting for something to happen. You're making things happen. You're going to these networking groups. So if you guys are on, and Heidi Cernecki, Heidi, you got to get to the party here. Let me, Heidi's like, what about me? What about me? Heidi Cernecki. Heidi, I'm going to put your face on there. All of you that are watching today, you should be Googling right now. This is like a race to get to the BNI group in your community and get this. Literally, if Sherry McCants was on here, she'd tell you, I think you signed up 20 people from the BNI group. Is Sherry on here?
And the other really quick thing is if you go on to BNI Google, there's literally, the last time I did it like a month ago, there was only 8 people nationwide in BNI chapters. This is an untapped market, people. What I'm doing is I'm creating something that's called the Max Perform Militia. And my team is a militia. And we train together, we do sales together, we learn how to close well together, we visualize together, we learn to be entrepreneurs together, and then we go and we put out where's the gap in the market. We put our checklist, we figure out how do we approach these peeps or these groups, and then we go out and we occupy.
I want this gal refueling my jet at 600 miles an hour in the sky. I want this one.
Yeah,
right?
So it's an untapped market, guys. So find BNI in your area, even if you have to travel an hour, it's worth it.
It's worth it. Okay, Amanda, we're coming back to you. Heidi Cernecki's coming to the party here. Heidi Cernecki started joining these networking groups. See, I told you guys I went to one, and I felt like when I went to one in Bismarck, they were all deadheads. And I'm not saying that to be mean. It was just flat. I was like the spark in the room, but they seem just like disinterested. And I think it's because the community is too small. Like, I feel like it's better when you go to a larger community of people. Why do I feel like that? I don't know. But Heidi, tell us your experience with networking. And then we're getting, Jody, we need to hear your 45-second pitch yet. Heidi, we need to hear your 45-second pitch. And the reason I want to say this is I'm going to teach you guys how to talk to a doctor or a healthcare practitioner tonight. Okay, go Heidi.
Oh, well, I've only been to a couple. So I It's amazing. This is my first time to like really hop on the millionaire mindset. So I'm like, well, so glad I did. But my question is, you pay a membership for one of them, but then once you're a member with one BNI, you can go to all of the chapters. I believe that's correct. That's what you're doing, right, Amanda?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
Amanda's
that's-
like, she's got like squeal marks pulling out of the parking lot to get to the next one.
Yeah.
yeah, that's correct. So figure out yours whenever your meeting is, and then you can go on and you just like go on BNI like regional or something website. Just Google BNI groups and the website will come up, and then you just look and see when are the other meetings at, and then you can look at who is the members and what their like occupation is or their category. So like, okay, so this has got sports therapist, this has got chiropractor, this has got esthetician, this has got hairdresser. Bam, I'm hitting that one. Because they have your target, right? Everybody's our target market, but there's those one target markets that can really catapult. And that's, the name of the game here. It initially, so pick those. And there, and you can also see some groups have 40 members, some have 60, some are just launching and have 14. Don't discount the 14 ones either, because I hit those up too and get business. But yes, and then you can go and when you're a member of that chapter, you get to speak at the first round of your elevator pitch. And as a visitor, then they come back around to all the visitors, and the visitors get that same exact time to speak as well.
I was a visitor once at one, and I got an elevator pitch, and I was like, I was like, boom, I had to perform. I'm in the Miss America pageant. Get it right, Renita. Like, and so I'm like, I felt like I was like, boom, the spotlight was on me, but I was like, let's go. And they all were so receptive. They wanted to hear what you said. They wanted to support you. They wanted to engage in business with you. This is not like you're teaching them why network marketing is a good thing. They're all there for marketing, right? So like, I love that because you're overcoming that first hurdle, which the first hurdle is sometimes like, oh, is this network marketing? Those people embrace it. They love it. They're like, they want more of it, right? And so I love that. Jody, tell us your pitch for 45 seconds. What did you say to say the doctors, the chiropractor said, I got 3 people for you. The sports performance guy said, I got people for you. What did you say? So pretend like we're the BNI group and we're just your audience and you're showing up at the scene.
Yeah, well, I am so new at it. The first time I was like, oh, it was great. Got me out of my comfort zone. But I just say, I'm Jody Wilson. I'm with LifeWave. And today I said, what do you know about stem cells? I said, if you know anything by the age of 60, we have about 20% functioning stem cells left. According to the New England Journal of Medicine, we are only as healthy as our stem cells in our body, and that's what heals us. And I said, you know anything about light therapy? I said, I am promoting a product that is in the form of a wearable patch, photo light therapy, and it activates your stem cells, and it will allow your body to begin to heal itself. And it can come alongside, and I just said it can come alongside chiropractors, acupuncturists. It can be added to your business as another tool.
She's bringing them in. She's bringing them in. Yeah.
And what's cool is our chapter, 2 people a week get to give full 15-minute slideshow presentations. And so I have no idea, I'll get on the list, but it's like, what do you have to say? Then you can really, put it out there, but it's amazing.
Okay, so we're going to go back to Jody because Jody, we're going to talk specifically because Jody called me this morning and said, what do I tell this doctor? And then I'm going to give you exactly like I told Jody this morning. So if you're trying to sign up a physical therapist, a chiropractor, a healthcare practitioner, you're going to want to hear this. And this is not even actually the guts of what I was going to talk about tonight, but this just happened to come on the radar today because of Jody Wilson. And I thought, oh yeah, people that are in these metropolitan areas or these larger areas, if they've got BNI groups, they absolutely should be part of them. Heidi, can you give us your 45-second or minute elevator pitch, what you said at this event? Because we're giving everybody here ideas to go in their areas. Let's say that you're in here's the thing. Sherry McCants was in a brand new area. She moved to a brand new area where she knew no one. She did not have a relative there. She did not have a friend there. She moved from Camas, Washington. She's originally from Iowa, and she moved down to, what's the name of the city? Oh,
Overland Park?
Yeah, I don't even know the name, but it's
Overland Park, Olathe.
Overland Park. Yeah, Kansas. The Chiefs. So she moved down to that area and she knew no one. not one person. And she built her business all the way to presidential director. And she is about 40,000 points from senior presidential director. She knew no one. She knew no one. So if you move to an area and you know no one, you should be heeding this advice right now and running to find the BNI group. Okay, Heidi, pretend
Oh,
like we're
gosh.
here. Pretend like
Been
we're
a while, because I went like several months ago and it just kind of blew me away. So I'll try to remember, but it's very similar to what Jody said, but just, you know, that
don't
you,
copy it. Okay, hi.
huh?
Hey, Heidi, you got 45 seconds. Go. Who are you, Heidi?
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm promoting a patch that is using the light within your own body, reflects it back to your body, making your body the healing mechanism that it is. We age because our stem cells are going dormant. This patch right here that does not have any medications or drugs in it is actually reflecting your own light and activating your stem cells, making you younger. Who do you know who needs, who has pain? Who do you know who has disease or illness? Who do you know that wants to live at the peak performance of their life and be very successful, healthy, wealthy, and wise? Let me talk to you.
Cool. Done. Okay.
Mhm.
Are you guys picking up nuggets for each one of these? This is good stuff tonight. Good stuff. Perfect,
Okay.
Heidi. I love that. I love that. Now we're going back to Jody, and Jody is going to tell us like what she called me this morning specifically for. She called me for a specific reason. So Jody, and we're going to communicate as if, just pretend like you guys are not even, like, I'm going to pretend like you're not even in the room. Like I'm just talking to Jody. Okay, guys? And if you want to take notes, this would be your moment to take notes because this is about to get really good. I mean, it's been great up until this point. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, but if you're trying to talk to a physical therapist, a chiropractor, a naturopath, a personal trainer, a nutrition coach, a massage therapist, anybody in health, let's just say that. So go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, well, and I typed out all of the notes because I was like, I need to have these clear in front of me, right? Because I was writing so fast because Renita talks 100 miles an hour. I love it. I just my big thing was that I didn't want to. They know it's all networking. It's a networking, but I wanted to present it, and when I meet with him one on one, I want to present it in a way where he asked me, can I implement this into my practice? Yes. But I don't want to jump out and be like, you don't want to go, hey, let's sign up, be a brand partner. And Renita really gave me so many great ideas because it's all in how you frame it and word it, right? And let me just add this. Debbie Martin also added, this is so great. Everyone is a wholesale buyer, not a brand partner, unless you share it and add your social number. I mean, people are wholesale buyers, right? And it's just the verbiage that you use. And so that really simplified it for me. And what Renita said, I don't want to go through the whole notes.
Let's go through it. So here's how it looks. She said to me, what do I say to the doctor? And I said, well, first of all, and it's funny because this morning I had almost nearly an hour-long conversation with Dr. Leland Stillman. We all love Dr. Leland Stillman. And Dr. Leland is like, I'm making some transitions, I'm making some changes. I want what you have with LifeWave. Like that, when a medical doctor with an MD, with all that education is calling you saying, I want your time freedom. I'm about to have a baby. My wife and I are expecting in a month, we're going to have a baby. I want what you have financially, and I want your time freedom that you have because he wants to raise his baby, right? And so he's a boutique doctor. And so many of you guys know Dr. Leland Stillman. If you don't, if you go to This Is It Info.com and you scroll down, you'll see Dr. Leland Stillman's 1 hour long interview with Stephen Gina Merritt, right? And so I sponsored him. And so we've been always in kind of cahoots and visiting with them. But this morning he just happened to call me again. And I was like, it's so coincidental that Jody's calling me an hour later. And we're talking about the medical professionals and how do you tell these doctors they can sign up their patients. And so I said to Jody, and Jody, you can pull from your notes as we go through this, but I basically said, hey, listen, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to ask questions. You're going to say to this healthcare practitioners, do you currently sell products at your facility? If you're a chiropractor, if you're a massage therapist, if you're a nutrition coach, if you're even a doctor, do you currently sell any wholesale to retail type products at your facility? Do you sell multivitamins? Do you sell CBD? What do you sell? And then let them talk, right? And so, and Jody, I said, go back to that chiropractor and you ask them questions. Tell me what your practice looks like now. Tell me what you're currently selling at your facility. How is that working for you? Do you sell a lot of that CBD salve? Do you sell a lot of those enzymes? You know, well, guess what? The first way to share LifeWave is going to be the same way that you're doing with all those supplements that you're currently selling. So we can offer a wholesale to retail model. And what that means is you simply sign up with the highest package, the premium package, and you're getting the product for the least dollar amount, right? So if you're getting those patches for, you know, 85 bucks a sleeve, you can turn around and retail them for 150. And so that's going to be very normal to you. It sounds like that's going to be the easiest for you because you're already selling products wholesale to retail. So you would just add this to your health arsenal and have it as a buying option for your patients or your clients after they get the massage, after they get the PT appointment. You'd simply share this opportunity with them that they can buy the patches right out front. Okay, so all of our doctors in Bismarck have that option where you can just go right to the front desk, you can buy the patches for 150 bucks a sleeve. Okay, that's a buying option. Really the easiest for medical doctors and health professionals to understand, especially if they're wholesaling to retailing products. Anything else you want to say about that, Jody? Because you took frivolous notes and lots of amazing, crazy notes this morning. Oh, unmute yourself. Oh,
Maybe you could put it in a file on your LifeWave Wellness Warriors. Is there like?
Yeah, I could do that.
Be awesome.
You have to unmute yourself, Jody.
Sorry. Yeah, no, you covered it. I have, that's everything that I have. It's basically just asking questions and saying, like you said, you're already currently doing this anyway. You know, this is easy.
Yeah, so it's not like, it's not something weird, right? Like are you currently offering wholesale to retail products? What are they? Tell me about them. How are they working? How are they selling? Right? Ask questions. People want to talk about themselves. Okay. Especially the more, I feel like the higher the degree, the more they want to talk about themselves. And I'm not being mean by saying that. It's just true. They spend a lot of money on college educations, right? And so the bottom line is ask a lot of questions. Okay. So you're starting with that. Hey, what do you sell now? This would be just that option. Now, what I said to Jody is the thing with our people in our Bismarck clinics, a lot of them, they have patients that come from Wilton and Garrison and all over, like 100 miles away. And like, what if there's a blizzard, right? Because we get those up here. So then they can't get their patches. So then I said, how you bring in the wholesale buying option is you simply have a stack of these. And I have these on my desk right now because I went to Office Depot and got them printed. You simply have a stack of those and say, listen, I know that you live in Garrison and it's about 100 miles away. And I also know that you go down to Arizona in the wintertime. You have a home in Scottsdale, right? Yeah. Well, what I think would be a great option for you is actually the wholesale packages. And when you get the wholesale packages, it'll get delivered directly to your doorstep. So you don't have to worry about coming into the clinic to get the patches because I know you're going to love them. I mean, they work for everybody that use them. So, you know, a good option for you might be to be a wholesale member. And that way you're buying the patches at a very discounted price. Plus, when you head out to your house in Florida or Scottsdale or wherever it's at, you can actually get those products delivered directly to your doorstep instead of worrying about coming back up here to Bismarck, North Dakota and buying your patches, right? So this makes it a little bit easier because it eliminates kind of the middleman, which is me, the doctor. And it goes right to your doorstep. So you can up that order, down that order, change the shipping address of that order, and you're always going to be getting that wholesale pricing.
Are you telling the doctor this is what he needs to tell his patients, clients?
Yeah, I'm just talking it as if I'm talking to the doctor. So the first way is the wholesale to retail, easy model. And I actually told Jody today, you know, you're going to make some money. If I'm talking to a doctor, Leland called me this morning because he wants to make money and he wants to be not work. He's having a baby coming, guys. Babies change your life. You want to look at your baby. Like you want to take pictures of the baby. You don't want to be seeing a bunch of patients, right? And so he called me this morning because he's like, I want more freedom. I don't have as much freedom as you have. And so I said, so I'm talking through this with Leland. And now Leland, if you guys know Dr. Leland Stillman, he's come full circle. He does a patch party every single Wednesday with his patients. And he teaches them about the business model. He's an MD, a medical doctor. He teaches them directly about the business model because he said, Renita, you are actually teaching people true financial freedom. He said, because if they don't have the freedom model with network marketing, they can't afford to buy the services that I sell, he says, because his services are, I don't even know what they charge, is $6,000 or $8,000 for, I don't know, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. He's boutique. He's a boutique MD. Nothing gets ran through insurance. Everything's out of pocket. So if people that he's servicing, if they don't have money, he's not making money. You get it? And so what he's now realizing is like, oh, they're having these crazy results with these patches. Amazing, amazing results. He said, every Wednesday I get on my patch party meeting with my patients and they tell me amazing results, Renita. So every single Wednesday he hops on a meeting with his patients and he hears crazy results from his patients. He's like, this is so easy. Like, he's a medical doctor, you guys. Think about this, right? So my point, but the thing with Dr. Leland Stillman is he does everything virtually. He's not in bricks and mortar like we're talking about, Jody, with your chiropractor or your PTs or the people that you're talking to. I'm talking as if you have a bricks and mortar location. You've got a location that people are walking into and you're seeing patients. So number one is wholesale to retail. And then I tell them, that's a way to start, but that's not how you're going to make the most money. Can I share with you how to make even more
Hey,
money?
Renita.
Go ahead. Hang on a second. I got to tell my mom something. Hey, mom, I'll call you right back. Okay. Love you. Bye. Okay. Bye. Sorry. I was calling her like 5 times and she finally called me back.
Renita, it's Robin. Do you remember talking the first time 1 year ago, Dr. Richardson in South Carolina, pain management doctor? We got on a Zoom because I was freaked out. I didn't know what to say. He's doing great. So how he does it, because he's a pain
I gotta
management.
find you. Hang on. I gotta put you on. I gotta put your face up. Hang on. I keep talking. There you
Oh,
go.
dear
Robin.
God.
See you.
I'm
Happy
in a hat.
anniversary. Happy anniversary. Okay, go.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm at hockey. If that's how we spend our anniversary. I forgot so what he does, because he actually, I found him through a friend, because they were signing up. Anyway, he has a pain management clinic where he can no longer give opioids. Like, they've reached their max or they can't have surgery, whatever it is. So what he does when they're in there is he patches them. While he patches them, he says, you know what, let's give this 10 minutes. We're going to have a conversation. And he said they literally are sold by that patch. He will give them an option, wholesale to retail, which a lot of them do. And then when they come back and they want more, he just says, or I can sign you up with a wholesale account. And I sent him a QR code. So he printed out 8.5 by 11. They laminated it. It's on their reception desk, and they can scan it right there when they're checking out. And he said by far that's the easiest thing, because people are like, oh, what's this QR code? And people want to shop. They're like addicted to shopping. They just want to buy something.
I said this. People don't want to be sold, but they all want to buy. They don't want to be sold, but they all want to buy. Yep, it's true.
That's what he said. It just put the QR code up, and it's really changed it. And then he's going through a receptionist change. So he sent me the copy of his Excel spreadsheet from the back office. There's an Excel button. And he said, could you follow up with all my patients, Robin? So there was 62 of them I followed up with yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
if Dr. Leland asked me to do that, I'd be like, I don't know if I have time to follow up with 62 of your patients. You're a trooper, Robin. So you followed up with 62 patients. How did that go?
I want to be SPD by December 1st, so I'll follow up for you. No problem.
Whatever it takes. Let's go. That is not hard work. That is easy. Awesome.
I got a question. Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
How do you get your initial appointment with the doctor if he's not, like, say, your doctor? You want to go visit?
For me, I always really deal, and Robin, you're different than me. Robin can speak to this, but I deal with hot and warm contacts, and I'm not even through those. I got a ton of these. I've just been in health for 25 years, right? So for me, it's that language looks different. I'm not a cold caller or a cold seller. I could be. I'm not opposed to doing it. I just don't have to yet, right? Because I'm still working with my hot and my warm contact. Robin, let's let you take it away, because Robin deals with cold. This woman is the cold contact. I can't even believe the people she's got me on Zooms with. I'll just say it right now. Okay.
I know we got one coming next week, but you're busy. I'm like, shoot, who do I know? Because they
could hop on with my camera, but I just can't I can't promise you'll be in front of my computer, because I'll probably be talking to David Schmidt.
This person is a Canadian hockey. So in the sports world, you know, everybody can play their sport, but if their brain, they want to be able to, they want to be able to can't, if your mind isn't performing, then it doesn't matter how good you are with your skills, your brain can't perform. So this is a performance coach for the OHL, which is basically Ontario Hockey League. And they are looking for something that their men, juniors, almost men, can do instead of Advil. So I was like, ooh, ooh. And so I replied in their Facebook group. I joined a million Facebook groups for hockey, and I saw this post. We are killing our children's kidneys and livers, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, So I responded, and then in the comments, then I hit message and I private messaged her directly. And I said, you don't know me. I live in California. My son plays hockey. I introduced myself and I want to come to Canada. I said all these things. We built like a little mini friendship in an hour. And then the next day she responded. So I just joined a bunch of groups, and then she responded and I said, can we hop on the phone? I said, can we have a virtual coffee? So we had a Zoom, and I did like a little tiny mini presentation. I also sent her, this is at info. She said, I don't have time for the website. Can we just do the coffee? And I said, yeah. So we actually had a coffee cup, because if I do that, then, I just keep it friendly. And because I knew it was about hockey, and she has a son who's a junior, which means 17 or 18 years old. And then she wants to put LifeWave on their website. That's what I was going to ask Renita, because I've never done that before. She wants a LifeWave tab that goes directly to me. But I said, why don't you sign up, and the LifeWave tab can go to you.
To you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course it needs to go that route. Right.
But I've been joining, I think Kelly's on here. I've been telling most of my team, join if you get stuck or you don't get out much, join a bunch of groups that you're interested in, because then it's not weird. Like, I can talk about hockey all day, but if you need me to talk about makeup, I have no idea, because I don't wear makeup. So I join the groups that I can talk about, and then I have no problem going, hey, I'm Robin, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're into running, join running. I mean, look at Bo. My son Bo is down. He rented this place in Scottsdale, and it's kind of a high-end place, and there's high-end people living in this high-end place. And they all apparently, there's a pickleball court in the place. You guys should see the gym. The gym in his apartment is like the gym of a lifetime. Okay. They got basketball courts. They've got pickleball courts. I mean, it's like better than any gym we've ever been in our lives. Right. And this is at his place that he lives. So he doesn't have to have a gym membership. He just goes downstairs to play pickleball with these people. And they all have aches and pains. And Bo's like, Mom, I've got a constant stream of people I'm patching. Like, this is so awesome, right? Because it's literally like everybody's like 50 plus, and they all got aches and pains. And he's putting LifeWave and X39 patches on. He's like, I literally have 8 contacts that I'm doing follow up with right now. He's only been down there not even a week. He moved down on Monday. What day are we on?
Thursday.
Whatever.
Wednesday.
Yeah, like he just barely got there. And so the bottom line is that, but again, he's passionate about health. So again, Robin, you're right. Don't join a Facebook group or something that you don't know nothing about, or that you're not passionate about. Why would you be in that group? Because you're going to be like a troll. You got to get in groups that you know something about, that you're passionate about, that it just rolls off your tongue, right, guys? So whether that's working out, whether that's hockey in Robin's case, right? Amanda, I feel like Amanda could go recruit anybody in the military at this point, because she's, like a fighter pilot. And so I don't know. And I feel like like, I don't know. It's like, you got to go into those groups where you kind of you have a working knowledge of that. So it's not an oddball thing where you're like, oh, now I got to learn about hockey. By the way, I would never join a hockey group. None of my kids play hockey. I know nothing about it other than that attire really stinks. Okay. So that's all I know about hockey. So I would never join a hockey group, because I can't even talk the language to communicate with these people. It'd be odd. But Robin, you're just like talking like, let's get a cup of coffee and discuss hockey,
Well, you know what, I found too that if you, not make friends with them, but if you don't just like jump in with, because I made the mistake, because obviously you don't know them, you don't come across cold calling, but if you jump in, like, let me tell you what I want to sell you, they're like, ugh. But if you like ask questions and listen, and then they're like, so what was it we were going to talk about? They actually want to hear, and for me, because it's hockey, I did some studying like on energy enhance, what do the athletes do? And then so energy enhance, X39 and Eon are like the ones I'm like, you guys got to get on these. And then, because if you say, oh, we've got 12 of them, let's put you on all of them, you look like a Dalmatian, they're going to run. So I try to keep it really simple, and I just say what I do for my son. Yeah, and it's been working so far. I've got a lot of hockey people. I think
Yeah.
19 brand partners are hockey, and I don't know them all personally.
Rocco, Robin, tell them about how you got the doctors. When you got me on all those Zoom meetings with all those doctors, you joined. What did you join? What was the social media platform? I don't even know
Oh,
because I'm barely on it.
on Facebook, if you like in the little uh hourglass thingy, type in like so this guy was pain management, and he specialized in functional medicine. He was gearing towards getting off of opioids, like stop doing that, let's get you off of those. That's what he specialized in. So those are the ones I looked up, because you're not going to want a pill popping doctor, because they're going to say that's where my money is. So that's why Dr. Richardson's great, because he wants people off of the pills. So I joined those groups, and then my friend was in that group, and he goes, you know what, I'm not interested, but Dr. Richardson would love this. And so he gave me his number, and I freaked out because it was the first time I had ever it was across the United States. And I'm like, Renita, I need you. But by the time you got on the phone, he already bought a diamond, because I sent him the link, and I sent him my wholesale, and it was a couple hours later before you were available, and he already bought it. And
Yeah.
it's so
You
great.
guys can't imagine the number of MDs that are so fired up about this. Like I had one. Do you guys remember when I looked at the house down at 38 and it was like a $4.9 million house accidentally?
Oh, yeah.
You guys remember that story?
Yes.
True story. Well, that doctor signed up, Dr. Oliver Tello. He signed up with a diamond pack. This guy is on fire. He's sponsored. I met him at an open house of a house that I wasn't even intending to buy. We just showed up at it, and I was talking really loud to the realtor, telling her what I did for a living. And there happened to be a medical doctor touring the house, overheard me say stem cells, comes up, says to the realtor, okay, I want to finish talking to you, but he looks at me, he says, I don't know you, but I just heard what you're talking about, and I want what you're talking about. Don't even know this guy from Adam, right? Just like accidentally fell onto this $4.9 million house that we're touring. His kid was stuck in the elevator. I said, I think your son's stuck in the elevator. Anyway, the bottom line is he's in our business. These MDs love it. The ones that are the good guys love it. The good guys love it. The bad guys, we can't save them. So we're looking for the good guys. The good guys are the ones that want people off drugs. They want natural pain remedies. They don't want to put people on more drugs or opioids because they know that that's not the solution. You're looking for somebody that you don't have to change their belief system. That's number one. If you have to change their belief system, wrong person. I want to give kudos right now. We have somebody that signed up on Bo's team. Her name is Hannah DeShock. Actually, I don't know her married name. She just got married. She has a little baby. She just graduated nursing school. Hannah signed up, I think, 5 people in the last 24 hours. 5. Ooh. She's like 22, 23, right? Wow. She's like, boom. I want to, you know what her reason for signing these people up is? I want to stay home with my baby. I went to nursing school, but I really don't want to go to be a nurse to spend 70 hours a week away from my baby. I want to raise my baby and make a lot of money and stay in the health realm. And she's just like a sponsoring machine. And she's 22, 23, and anyway, the bottom line is I want to give her kudos because I'm like, look at the young people even stepping into this. And Hannah at first said, my friends are pushing back. I said, don't talk to your friends. Talk to your friends as parents. I said, listen, do you think Bo has to apologize to any of his buddies? He just bought a Porsche and moved down to Scottsdale in some high-end ritzy place. I said, that's fine, Bo. Keep your feet up. You can keep your head in the clouds because he's a big dreamer and a big believer and he likes nice things. I said, but keep your feet on the ground. And so he goes down there and he's enrolling, sponsoring. He's just going after it. Like it's a sweet spot for him. And I said, do you think any of your buddies that are working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, not seeing their wives, not seeing their babies, being at jobs that they hate, I said, do you honestly care if they have an opinion about your business? Because that would just roll off my back like a duck. I'd be like, dude, I don't want your life. Right. And so I told that to Hannah. I said, Hannah, you're going to have to weather the storm with some people's opinions. And I said, who cares if they have an opinion? Let them have an opinion. You can't change their opinion. Just let them have an opinion. I said, you just do the next right thing for yourself, your marriage, your baby, your family, and your finances. Because no one's coming to pay your bills, Hannah. You got to pay them. And so she's really like, and I said to her over and over, are you coachable? Are you coachable? I ask that to people all the time. Are you coachable? If they're not coachable, they're not going to build a multi-million-dollar business. You guys know that? If people are like, okay, forget it. I'm looking for those that, remember, you're looking for those that want to change, not for the ones that you have to change, right? That's the goal in this life. Okay, I just wanted to give Hannah kudos in case she's watching this or in case she watches it, because I'm like, she's 23, 22, just crushing this thing. I said to Bo, Hannah's going to be a senior director like in the next month. Watch this. And I knew that about her because when she was young, listen, when Hannah was young, I remember going to track and I remember watching Hannah wrangle 150 children under the age of like 10. And she was no nonsense. She was a leader. Listen, you cannot train up someone to be a leader really fast. You can do it over time, but Hannah was a leader already. She was wrangling those 150 kids. She was telling them what to do. She was helping them break their records at track. Like, she was a leader. She was a born leader. And so I said to Bo, she just graduated with nursing. She's got a Y because she just had a baby. I bet she doesn't want to go back to work. And I said, and you know what? She's a born leader. I watched her at track. She could lead all of the people. Like, she's kind of that, I don't give a rip if people have a different attitude than I have. I'm going to do it anyway. You're kind of looking for that person a little bit, the maverick, you might want to call it, right? The person that says, you know what? They might not agree with it yet. Watch me do it, right? And I said to Bo, that's kind of how you have to develop that. Even you guys that are not young people, maybe you're middle-aged and you're realizing my friends don't want to do this with me. That's okay. That's okay. You do it because it's right for you, your family, your finances, and no one's coming to pay your bills. Okay. I realized a long time ago, I'm not apologizing to anybody about this business and making money. Unless they're paying my house payment, unless they're paying my car payment, my bills, I'm not explaining to them about apologizing, but I'm making money morally, ethically, lovingly, in an incredible opportunity. Why would I have to apologize for that? Oh, I'm sorry, this is network marketing. I'm not sorry. You should get involved in network marketing. I'm having way more fun with my life, making way more money in a short amount of time than you're making. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I'm just saying it to be factual at this point. So you might want to be coachable to learn something that maybe you never were taught in high school. That's it. Jody, go back to the 3. So the first one is wholesale to retail. And I like how, Robin, you said you asked some questions. You asked questions. How's your practice? Are you selling wholesale to retail products right now? What are they? Are you having success selling those products? Well, the first way we can implement these products into your business is a wholesale to retail model. You buy the product, you buy the largest package at the premium package, you get the lowest possible price. That's your first way of earning. The second way of earning is if they live remotely or they only come in once in a while. Well, they're going to run out of patches. If they have to get back to your doctor's office to get their patches, that could be problematic if they live in Timbuktu, right? So then I say, you know what? We have another option for you to purchase. It's called the wholesale model. And if you want to buy it wholesale, you can buy right now at the wholesale package. I'm going to give you this sheet right here, or a QR code like Robin's doing. I like the QR code idea. And you can fill out what package you want at the wholesale pricing. And that way it's going to get delivered directly to your house. And that way, if you can't make it into the facility to have your scheduled appointment, or maybe you're heading south for the winter to Florida, Arizona, which a lot of snowbirds do, guess what? You can get it directly delivered to Arizona and you don't have to worry about getting it from the clinic. And that way you can just, it's like the easiest to do and it's the most flexibility and you get the wholesale pricing. That's how you pitch it. You don't say, now you're becoming a brand partner. Why do they tell me that when I go get the Costco membership just because I want to get the asparagus? No, they're like, fill this out. Boom, here's your card. Hey, show it at the door. Boom, go get my asparagus. Right? It's not this big like drama production of now you're a whatever. By the way, I was walking out of Costco the other day and they had a truck sitting there that they were selling. And they said, if you tell someone that they're going to come buy this truck and they buy it, you get a perk. I'm like, oh, apparently Costco's doing network marketing now. This is great. I said to Scott, look at wholesale to retail. And then we also got the network marketing model, because if I tell someone to buy this truck from Costco and I give them the deets and they buy it, I get a kickback. Okay. So by the way, network marketing is everywhere. So you say that to the doctor, you make it very easy terminology. You don't make it weird. You don't sound like a weirdo. Quit acting like a weirdo. I never act like a weirdo. I'm like, listen, your first option is this. It's in perfect alignment with what you have going on already, wholesale to retail model. The second option is let your members be wholesale members. That way they're buying at the cheapest possible price. They're more likely to stay on this product long-term and really have the result that you're looking for them to have. And that way they have the most flexibility with their buying power of where it gets shipped. And then the third opportunity is when those people that come back and say to you, wow, it changed my gout in my toe, my big toe. I don't feel it anymore. It changed this, it changed that, it changed the other thing. My sister wants this patch. Now you're stepping into the third stage of growing, which is actually growing a team of network marketers, which Dr. Leland Stillman is doing now. That's why he has his, remember, Wednesday patch parties, because all the patients get on and they share the testimonies of what's happening, and then they bring their guests, their sisters, their brothers, their coworkers, see? And he's building a network marketing team. And when he started, he's like, how do I even tell them it's network marketing? I said, well, why do you have to tell them it's network marketing? Can't you just explain the technology, what it's going to do for them, the science behind it, and then just how to purchase at the best price? Isn't that what it's all about? Like, why does it, okay, now you're joining a network marketing. Are you a weirdo? Stop talking like that. Okay. It's all how you frame it. It's all how you say it. Jody, what other notes do you have from that? Because that kind of sums up the three ways we talked about this morning.
Yeah, I just have the third option is, to do like Dr. Leland Stillman, and lots of other doctors are, well, he gave them sleeves and then he had 9 out of 10 people come back, right?
Let me say that. I didn't say that part. Yeah. So Leland Stillman, he has a boutique practice where he doesn't run anything through insurance. He has patients pay out of pocket, which a lot of great physicians are doing now. So I don't even know what the dollar amount is. I don't know if they pay $6,000, $8,000, $10,000. I'll be honest, I don't know the dollar amount, but they pay a dollar amount, and then he basically gives them his services for the next 3 months, 6 months. So they become like kind of like a patient that he sees kind of independently like that, but they're paying out of pocket for it, right? And then what happens with that? I mean, and that's great for people that have money, right? Like Jody and I talked about, it's great if you have money, but if you don't have money, you're not getting to see Dr. Leland Stillman, right? And so, but what he does then is after he was doing that, he said, Renita, what I'm going to do is all of my patients, this is a medical doctor that I currently have, I'm going to just gift them a sleeve of X39, a 1 month supply. So he bought like the biggest package, and then he bought like, 20 sleeves of X39 on top of that. So every one of his patients that was spending whatever, 6,000, 8,000, I don't know the dollar amount, he was gifting them an X39. Well, what happened was an explosion of miracles. And so 30 days, he gave them a 30-day supply on day 5, 7, 13, 27, whatever. They're all inboxing them with these radical testimonies. And then Stillman reaches back out to me and he's like, I'm seeing more happen in my patients in 7 days than 6 months of me working with them, Renita, just wearing these patches. This is crazy. He created a database, took their names off, but just created a database of all the testimonies, because it was radical stuff. Like people that have been in pain for 30 years were now out of it, right? Like, I mean, just crazy stuff. And so his belief went through the roof doing that. Now he had to give away some product on the front end, but guess what happened? All those patients signed up because they're not going without this patch. So he actually invested a little bit on the front end, but he was, charging whatever, 6,000, 8,000 per patient, but he invested back into them by giving them a whole sleeve, and they all wanted more.
And he calls it the freedom model, right?
I call it the freedom model. So what happened was, at that same time, I was working with all these frontline doctors and nurses. You guys know that organization. They're the ones that actually were saving lives during the crazy pandemic. And so Dr. Stillman was part of that with me. We actually worked with Gold Care. If you guys know Dr. Simone Gold, that's how I met Dr. Leland Stillman, for some of you that don't know the backstory. And I loved him because he thought like me. He was all about freedom. He was all about natural health. He didn't want to prescribe drugs. I'm like, I love this guy. And so after filming 101 workouts for Gold Care, I was their nutrition and fitness expert for that business model. And I was getting paid jack nothing. But you know me, it's the love of the game. I'll film 101 30-minute workouts because I love people and I want them to be well. I did that for a year. And then I was like, okay, this is not working out. This is not cash flowing. It's not affecting the amount of people I want to see. Well, then I saw Leland walk from there. And I was like, oh, that's my cue. That's the one doctor that I like the most. And he just walked. I think it's my opportunity to get out. So we got out at around the same time. But there was a whole bunch of doctors and nurses that thought like us that ended up joining our team. There was one gal that was part of Gold Care. Her name is Dr. Katie, MD. Amazing. You think of the sharpest person you know, take it times 10. That's Dr. Katie. She's so freaking sharp. Like I would just have to pay attention when she was talking. She was so sharp. And she actually said, when Leland said, how am I supposed to tell my patients this is network marketing? I said, why are you telling your patients this is network marketing? That's just weird. I said, are you telling your patients that there's a lobbyist that made, $2 million lining his pockets in DC to get your drug approved? to go through the pharmacy benefit manager, like all these chains of command that I didn't even know about. Well, Dr. Katie said, let me do a visual for you, Renita. So she's an MD. She was trained down at Stanford in California. So she said, the typical drug model, she showed it. All the money, all the lobbyists, all the pharmacy benefit managers, all the people that get money from the drug industry. It's ridiculous. And then she showed the freedom model, network marketing, and how a 75-year-old who got on this patch, whose hip doesn't hurt anymore, can tell their next door neighbor and make $50, right?
Ooh.
And they're like, and then when Leland saw that, he goes, you are literally teaching the financial freedom model to people that need it, Renita. He said, because organic eggs cost money, my services cost money, patches cost money. So we're actually showing people a way to pay for their health care, right? Hello, this is the freedom model, right? So he went all in. So he went from, am I going to talk to my patients about network marketing to doing a Wednesday patch party, right, guys? I mean, this is it. And so this is what we're part of. But anyway, that's kind of, so first case though is wholesale to retail. Second place is, hey, just have these on your counter. They can do a little wholesale pricing, get direct, deliver directly to where they're at. And then when they come back and start telling about their family members and coworkers that want it, that's when you really have to start talking about network marketing. Okay, you guys got that? That's kind of the progression of how that looks. You don't come in and say, well, this is network marketing and you can make a lot of money. I mean, that may be true, but that's not how you lead that conversation. You look like a weirdo. Okay. So just
Renita,
approach it with what's natural to them. Go ahead.
let me share this too, back to the BNI, what happened. So I wasn't even officially a member. This was my second time. And a gal that I just connected with, who's a farmer's insurance agent and a yoga instructor. So she's obviously looking for multiple streams of income. She came up to me. She's like, I have to try this out. She went back to her office that day. She literally shared with everybody in her office. She's like, everybody's excited. I actually hadn't even given her my link yet. And she's like, is this your, I don't even know how she found me. But anyway, she signed up that day, came in on the advanced package. And then she's like, okay, this is what we're doing. On our one-on-one, all my gals, or I don't know if there's like 6 or 7 people in her office, they're all interested. So what we're going to do is have a one-on-one. You come over to my office and we're going to get them all in the conference room. And you just do like a presentation? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. But what I'm saying is it just keeps on extending out.
Yeah.
It's
So
like
what the beautiful thing about Scott always uses the example of insurance agents because they already know that when they find signed up field agents underneath them, they get a portion of what those field agents sell for insurance. So she understands the distribution model already.
Right.
Right.
Well,
you don't have to explain to her.
I told her, I said, listen, she'd just gotten in and she's telling me, and I said, listen, you're already doing this business. This is it. You're telling all these people, you're going to get them all together. So you should sign them up, obviously. Bingo. Anyway, she's like, oh, wait. Anyway, it was just really phenomenal how everything's just, and the tentacles just keep going, right?
Yeah, so this is from one BNI meeting or 2 BNI meetings, whatever you did. So at this point, if you guys are really thinking about building a 6 and 7 figure business on here, I would totally be Googling BNI business meetings in my area. And if you go to that area and it's already occupied with someone that talks about phototherapy, regenerative medicine, go to the next BNI meeting, right? Find one where you can be the superstar and have a captive audience of 40 people, because it sounds like Jody's already sponsoring these people without trying. Really. I mean,
I just texted my contact at the BNI that I went to a couple months ago and said, when's your next meeting? I'm ready to come back.
Yeah. So I think that engage in that. Amanda, you look like you want to say something.
Yeah, just one more thought with that. And then what's really neat is you ladies that, or gentlemen that join, and then you get members that are in the BNI group that are using your products. And then when they go around for the referral section, they say, hey, Amanda, I just want to give a shout out to Amanda Wallstrom and her LifeWave patches. They've changed my life. My back no longer works. Everybody, you've got to wear these. They work. I mean, I literally get probably 3 to 4 people stand up each time and specifically thank me for the patches because how their lives have changed. So yeah, sure. In my group, we have quite a few people. So we get a 30-second elevator pitch. That's why I talk so fast. There's a lot of information to get in 30 seconds. But then I also get all of these referrals where they're standing up. And then when other people hear it, that isn't me, that is saying it, then that's when you literally, I mean, I stay for an hour after each BNI meeting, and I take a full sleeve of X39, a full sleeve of LifeWave. I patch them with X39 first. I talk them where their pain is. Then I patch them with LifeWave, get them out of pain right away. Then I say, okay, I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow. And then I follow up. How did you sleep? How did you feel? Yeah, you may not know something from the X39. Yeah, 30-day money back guarantee. You said these are your things. You're tired of feeling like that. Let's get you ordered. Done.
Boom, boom. You know what I
Wow.
think about Amanda when she talks? I'd sign up for whatever she's selling. Do you know why? The level of confidence you come with is profound. Let me just say that. And I'm a confident person. I think on a 1 to 10 scale, I'm like a 10. And so like, I could talk to Trump. I think he's going to be on our team actually. But anyway, that's another story.
I agree.
But the point is he will be. But anyway, the bottom line is like when you speak, and another thing that you did earlier that you said, and let me teach you guys to do this, is you have them repeat something back. Because even if I'm talking super fast to you, I want you guys all to say, I am a winner. Everybody say it. I am a winner.
I am a winner.
I'm a winner.
With a little more energy, like you actually won something.
Oh,
I am a winner.
I'm
a
a
winner.
winner.
Yeah, maybe put hands in the air. The point is when people say it out loud, they own it. So you can talk, boom, make them say something themselves. Make them repeat something back, like a mantra or whatever you want to call it, Amanda. Like how you're having them chant something. Guess what? That's what's sticky in their psyche. Not all the they maybe heard a word or two because we talk fast. But what got them really thinking is when they actually said that out loud themselves, something changed in their neurology. And I could talk about this all day because I'm such a believer in frequency and energy medicine. And man, if you could see what we're doing over here, you guys would be like, your eyes would be this big and you'd be like, Renita's family is wild, like what we have going on. But we are believers that all that natural greatness has been hidden from us in lieu of drugs. And so we are all about bringing it back. And so the patch is just a major, easy, affordable. Everybody can do it step, right? And so I was going to show you guys a great thing from my favorite, Jake Ducey. You guys know I love this guy. And I just like his teaching style because he's very like normal. He's not like a hoity-toity. He's not like some rich guy that you got to try to figure out. He's got a PhD. He's just like us. And he just kind of says it how it is. And I really like his teaching style. So he had a great video, but because we're way out of time, we're 3 minutes over now. I'm just going to put it in our Facebook group. And can you guys make the commitment? In fact, in the comments, I want you right now to write the words "I commit" to watching, and I will post it in the group. And I'm gonna see if you guys are watching this. Like I'm gonna watch who's committing to watch this because it's very, very powerful. It's very, very good information, and we have to be careful when we say the words "but." Do any of you say "but"? You got to be careful with that one because it negates everything else that we just said. So be very careful with the word "but." But, right? Don't do that. And would be better. And is a better word than but. But will make you negate everything you said. It's actually a spiritual nature and there's a frequency to it. So thank you. Donna's committing. We've got Doug committing. Thank you, Denoshe. Let's just say Denoshe's website again. Denoshe, tell me your website, just because I like to say it because I'm on a similar path as you, lady. Tell them your website. Are you okay with the hurricane down there, you guys?
Yes, we're actually in the only spot that is safe from the hurricane, thank God. But
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
we're
We gotta be praying for
all
everybody.
on edge right now. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
So mom's off meds.
Yeah. So, whoo, like
Mom's
that
off
just
meds.
resonates with me. That's her website, lifewave.com/. And the reason I think that's so powerful is what do you think this woman's about when you hear that website? Yeah. I mean, it's not a rinky dink. It's not a, like, I wonder what she's talking about. Like she's on a mission to get moms off meds. You see that? That's powerful. It's
That's
powerful.
my whole online presence. And it took me a long time to really get clarity on that, like a really long time. And God just placed it. And I'm like, okay, it's go time. So it's going to be my whole entire business. And that's.
Yep. And once you fully commit, one of my favorite sayings of all time is once you fully commit, God or the universe, some people say the universe, I say God in heaven conspires to help you. So
Mhm.
the reason people don't have great success in many things in life is they don't fully commit. They have one foot in, one foot out. I'm going to try it for a little while, right? And I mean, that's fitness. That's how, I mean, listen, I've been a nutrition coach for 25 years, right? And so, like, I've seen this decades of this crap. And so it's like when you fully commit to something, it's kind of that all in mentality, burn the ships type mentality, right? And when you do that, it's like, it's almost like God comes down from heaven. It says in this special verse that I always listen to, it says that he actually conspires angels around you that are directing your path and helping you and guiding you. And this whole thing of events starts to happen that you could have never guessed would happen. And they just start happening because you fully committed. And so my advice to all of you, Jody, I'm thankful you're fully committing. I'm thankful you're at this. I expect you to just bullet through the ranks now. You just needed the people. Sometimes you're like, it's like that. It's making the one choice of saying yes. Yes, I'm going to go to that BNI meeting, right? Doesn't make it easy. Maybe not convenient. Maybe it costs a little bit of money and time to get there because you did that one thing different. The problem with network marketing is people keep doing the same thing. And if it's not working, it's not working. And then they expect different results. And I'm like, try something different. Shift, shift, shift until you find that trajectory that is like literally like a slingshot. Boom. That was what I needed. And as soon as that hits, pour gas on the fire. That's my advice. And do not take your foot off the gas pedal. Don't be like, yeah, I'm going to take a vacay for a month. Okay. Like I was literally talking to somebody on our team today, Chris and Tina Mann, awesome couple under Terry Beatley. God, this couple's great. They're just fabulous people. And they literally had the death of both of their mothers within a week. Can you imagine? This is awful for this couple. And that happened within the last 3 months. So they've been dealing with funerals and estates and all kinds of stuff. And one of the deaths from one of their mothers, she went in for a normal colonoscopy. You guys know what a colonoscopy is, right? She shouldn't have had that because she's 81 and super healthy, but they're like, oh, you're due. She did that. They found a couple polyps. They went in to laser it off and they perforated her colon and killed her. And that was a routine. The doctor had done it 1,000 times, right? And so what do you think? Do you think that increased her belief toward natural health and healing and light healing or decreased it? It increased their belief, but tragic. And they've continued to sponsor, they've continued to build, and they've continued to earn amazing income. And he actually just got rid of his family business of 60 years, the husband, so they could work it together. But I want you guys to know, just because we do network marketing doesn't mean that hard things aren't happening in our lives. There's always hard stuff people happening in people's lives. You guys know that, right? I'm sure all of you have hard stuff happening right now. No one's life is like, oh, my life is easy peasy, right? And so I just want you to know, but you stay focused on the goal. You stay focused on the positive. You just do the next right thing. And you believe that God has great things in store for you. And if you just stay on that frequency, that's where you're going to have the success. I got to go because my mom keeps calling and I got to call her back. So I got to roll. May the Lord bless you, keep you and shine his face upon you. And God, we just pray for a mighty shield of protection for everybody in harm's way, in this crazy, tumultuous storm, tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever they're doing, Lord. We ask that if there is weather modification happening and there is a satanic undertone, you come in there and cut it with a knife.
Yes.
Lord, you can calm the winds, you can calm the sea. You are you created all this stuff. Come on, Lord. In the mighty name of Jesus, come on. And just let all of those people be safe and protected and shielded from the wind, the rain, the storms. Protect the lives, protect the children, protect the families, Lord. And we ask that anything else that's going on up there in the Carolinas, that those bodies be rescued and that you come in there again and reveal truth to everything that's going on in these areas, Lord. The truth will set us free. And we believe that. We believe you are the King of Kings and the Father of all fathers. And so we know that you have your mighty hand on us, protecting us, guiding us, and leading us. And we're just going to believe that you are shielding your people. Lord, we love you, Jesus, and we know you have great plans for your people. And we just pray for everybody in harm's way tonight, family, friends, relatives, business partners that might be in those areas. We just ask for a mighty shield of your protection over those people right now, Jesus. We love you, Lord. We love you, Lord. We love you.
We love you, Jesus.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you,
you.
all of you beautiful women Men, everybody who's on here tonight, Jody, Amanda, Heidi, Robin, and Denoshe, I appreciate all of you guys. The very best is yet to come. God bless you. Make
Right.
sure if you're not registered for the virtual convention, I know I'm going to see many of you and hug you, and we're going to high kick down in Texas in about a week. But if you're not going to the live event, remember the virtual tickets are still available. Go into LifeWave Wellness Warriors and just type in virtual in the little looking glass and get registered. It'll change your life. Okay.
Or
All right.
host a
That's
watch
guys.
party, right? Host a watch party.
Yeah, host a watch
Host a
party
watch
wherever
party.
you're at. If you're not going to convention, you should be at your house serving chili with a watch party. Let's go
Amen.
already. Hey, let's get these people
Oh.
saved. All right. God bless you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Renita.
Thanks, everybody.